everybody. My name is Alexandra Zdarsky-Stoffer. I'm an ambassador for Hospital Hill. We are here to introduce a person who's been with Hospital Hill for a very long time, and we're going to get to know the story. So, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Dr. Ralph Hall, and I, along with the community, started Hospital Hill. The genesis of it was I ran a race out at Shawnee Mission Park, and I at that time was director of medical education at St. Luke's. And I ran in that race, and when I was talking to the runners, they all knew a lot about diet. And I thought, we've got to teach the doctors more about this. So I was meeting with Dr. Diamond on a couple of times a week when we were starting the new medical school. And I told him about it, and I said, I'm going to start a meeting, and we're going to talk about nutrition and running. And he says, well, you're going to have a run? And I says, no, I don't. I want to have the meeting at Crown Center, and I don't think they'd let us have a run here or anything like that. And so I went ahead and planned my meeting at Crown Center with another doctor from St. Luke's. And I got a call from Gray, and he says, I've talked to Crown Center, and he says, we can have a race there. I've talked to the mayor, Charlie Wheeler, and he'll start the race. And he says, go ahead and start the race. I didn't have a clue how to start the race. So I called Russ Nemi, who I'd seen and was very knowledgeable at the race there in Shawnee Mission Park. And Russ then called Burnley, the fellow who eventually started the race. But really then was a community affair. Everybody was doing something. The Mid-America Masters took over and made all the pamphlets, did all of the advertising for it, really. One of them, we got the group that does, they're all ham radio operators, and you got the ham radio operators to be on the course so it would be safe, and they could say, well, we've got a problem here. And so there was just a wonderful number of people involved. And the first year was kind of a disaster. Yeah, because they planned it up on the hill where the current World War I memorial is, and they were to cross over. And when they did that, a lot of people didn't take the right way, and so they ran half the race, and so there was lots of confusion about the end about who did what. That then led to Russ Nemi talking to Dr. Diamond, what are we going to do about this? And Dr. Diamond says, well, I'd like to see the race go by all the hospitals that are involved in the new medical school. And so he and Russ and I think the police were involved a little bit in there. They really planned the course for the next race. And of course that went off extremely well.
Who is Dr. Diamond?
Dr. Diamond was a provost of the new medical school that was being formed at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I'd known Dr. Diamond for a long time because I went to Scripps Hospital Research Foundation in La Jolla at the same time as Dr. Diamond went there to run the cardiovascular section, so we'd known each other for quite a while. And the great thing is then somebody had the idea that they would all have a water station and a station there, so they developed a contest of who would have the best water station. And it was really fun and very competitive. Some of them had bands. There were lots of decorations around there. But as you go by, somebody would run out, have the water, so they'd run along beside you so you didn't have to slow down.
So do you have a favorite memory from the last 50 years?
I think when I came back later on and ran the race when I was 70.
Oh, wow.
I came back and ran the 7 mile. Wow. And won it, my age group.
Oh, that's amazing.
So,
good job.
remember that, so I won my age group at that time.
That's amazing. Good for you. Are you excited about the 50th year?
Well, I think that's great. You know, it's been such a community thing and so well run.
Yes.
Just for really years.
Yeah, and there's so many people that come and really participate in it, and it's now become part of Kansas City's history and part of their culture. And I feel like almost everyone knows somebody who's run the race. It's a pretty cool legacy that you have.